where she's probably going to get occupied with something. So, like I said, like you can't take if you have a few if you're in a meeting, if you meet with her, you have to be very kind of dramatic in the way. You have to leave something that she can remember. Yo, 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 it's D.Arthur in the building. I'm talking to you guys today about every woman wants every man to do this semen retention. What am I talking about? What do I mean by this? What I mean by this, what I mean by this pretty much is every woman basically wants a man to be on his purpose. Every woman subconsciously doesn't want the man to be like worried about her. She wants a man who's productive, who's purposeful, who tolerates less, and who's just a very masculine alpha and an alpha male. And and it's just easier when you've carried these attributes to really attract attract her in a different way, because we have all these, let's say, pickup gurus, artists, these hacks to try to court these pheromone colognes, all these tactics pretty much to try to court women, attract women. But the thing that is really missing is the thing that's really missing is just increasing your value as a man in general. Because we just had it. There's just an example where there was just an example where I was I was showing a couple people some. Um, I was touring an apartment and there was these two girls, and then she was just talking to her friend about how this guy is texting her, and she doesn't. She says she has a lot going on, and like she has a lot going on, so she's not really sure she wants to do something with she doesn't want to do she doesn't want to do something with that person because the guy was texting her, if that makes sense. And the thing is I can say about this is women like to the thing is, if you're not a catch, if you haven't really left a very dramatic mark on her, like mentally, emotionally, there's a lot of things are going to happen where she's probably going to get occupied with something. So, like I said, like you can't take if you have a few if you're in a meeting, if you meet with her, you have to be very kind of dramatic in the way. You have to leave something that she can remember. If she remembers you in some sort of way, pretty much, and pretty much like how you made her feel when she was with you, you're just gonna have a better impression on her, and it's just easier for her. It's easier for you to do things with her because you're not just like everybody else. You have to leave a dramatic impression on her. You just have to be very. You almost have to be like you know something that she doesn't know, and you subconsciously you just have to subconsciously when it comes down to it, you just have to be better than her in some sort of way, so you can show her something, and then she can kind of grab on. She can come on to something. You can put her onto something, if this makes sense. Just to say it plainly, you have to be better than her in some sort of way. In some sort of way that you have to utilize what you're already gifted with, what you're already talented with, and then you have to kind of show that in the way you talk, in the way you use banter, and just the way you speak about her. Maybe let's for an example. Maybe you're gifted with physical gains now, and maybe she's not as gifted in that department. So now you have an advantage, and now you can bring her along to do things because she sees you as an expert in something, and make it something that she wants to learn about, she wants to know more about, she wants to become good at. Maybe you have a lot of knowledge in spiritual and wisdom and esoteric type of things, and then you talk to her about it. And if she likes that type of thing, you can start talking to her about it. And now you're giving her a reason for her to come with you. Because the thing is, like, if you're a man, like, you have to have some sort of value in something. Maybe you're just a very good, maybe you just have a lot of knowledge when it comes to soccer, and she likes soccer. You're just very good at soccer, and now you can talk to her about certain different things that she didn't know, and now she wants to hang out with you just because you're you have knowledge in a specific field. If that makes sense. So be a man of value. Like I said, pickup artists, gurus, they 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 try to do the hack, do this, eye contact, all that. All of that holds weight. But the most important thing is for you just to be a valuable man. You pretty, if you're not a valuable man, you have to show that you're a valuable man in some sort of way. It doesn't have to be you don't it doesn't have to be physical. It could be it could be in your knowledge about something, your depth of knowledge in a specific field, something. You just have to know more about other you have to know about a certain situation, a certain topic, more than other people, and then now you can teach it to other people. And if they're interested in this topic, they will have no doubts in their mind that they want to hang out with you, and you can teach them things. So you have to have some sort of knowledge in something. Also, like, just being a highly valuable man. Also, playing their shit test is also a very passing their compliance test is also a very good thing for you to do. Because, like, women test men all the time. It's just, can you pass the test? When she shows a bad attitude, what are you gonna do? Um, are you too quick to give up? Are you too moody? Do you not can you not utilize banter, which is content free conversation, a teasing way of talking to somebody? This is the most important skill, one of the most important skills that you have to have when it comes to attraction women. Also, so every woman wants this from a man. Every woman wants a man who can lead her. And in order to lead her, you just have to have more vast of knowledge in a certain specific field than other people, and this is how you can get people to really like you, and you can really help other people by increasing your value in some sort of field. And also, like, and the thing is, like, semen retention just makes it a lot easier for you to become your full stack authentic self. And once you become your full stack authentic self, it's just easier for people to latch on because you're returning to who you were really meant to be. Because the thing about relapsing, if you decide to relapse, you've lost energy, you lost enthusiasm, you lost charisma, you lost a lot of things. You lost nutrients, minerals, and now is there's a correlation between someone who relapses consistently and is also in the friend zone with women. But there's a correlation between someone who retains consistently and is known as a very viable option to women. The more you retain, the more your life tends to become more of a movie type of experience. And what do I mean by movie type of experience? What I mean by this is that you just you're the amount you care is just less. You care a lot less. You just care a lot less, and caring a lot less is just the most one of the best things that you can do for yourself as a man, because women in themselves are very up and down. They're very up and down, and if you take what they say to heart every single time, you will never win. You will never really win. Think of it like this. Think of it as the masculine road as a very solid rock that's direct, and the feminine road is a water flow that's very all over the place. Now, the rock is supposed to kind of hold things, and the rock is supposed to hold. It's just supposed to let the flow of water go a certain way. But the water flow is all over the place. So if you can't control the water, it's going to lead to a disaster. This is how you kind of have to think about it when it comes to attraction, when it comes to dynamics, these type of relationship dynamics, if you want to call it. You have to be as solid as a rock. Whatever they say, you can't take it too literally. You can't really take it to heart because they are all over the place. You just have to have an agreement that you have to have a self belief. The guys who get the most women have the most delusional belief that they just can attract any woman. They might even have this belief that if a woman really wants a man, that she might even open up him at first, because this usually doesn't happen to a lot of guys. Men are usually the ones to initiate the conversation, but you have to have this delusional belief that you can attract any woman and any woman is happy to be with you. Delusion, no matter where you currently are. Have this delusional belief and actually start acting like it. That's all it really takes. That's all it really takes. And like I said, every woman wants this from a man. Every woman wants to be led by a man. Every woman wants a man to teach her things. Every woman wants to know the perspective of how it is to be a man. And if you can show this in a very animated type of way, in a very fun type of way, if you can story tell in a very capable type of way, I mean, you will be attracting left and right if that's what you want. Now people talk about semen retention, it's not about woman attraction. And the thing is, semen retention is about you becoming the best version of yourself and you attracting the best in yourself and other people. And what tends to happen when you become the best version of yourself is you start attracting other people's best versions, and then you live in harmony. But if you're consistently relapsing, it's just harder to even live in this type of consciousness. Because if you relapse, you're gonna make excuses. You're gonna complain. You're gonna give yourself a lot of good reason why you can't do something. You're gonna live in mediocrity. Like I said, women want a man who is above them in some sort of way, so he can show her certain things. But if you're not becoming a man of value, then it's really hard for them to stick on to you because they don't have anything to stick on to. So I mean, like I said, it would be in your best interest to just become good at something, a specific niche of information, and just be very good at it so you can start helping and teaching other people. And this, you being able to do this is you becoming a high valuable person. Now once you're a high valuable person, you will tend to attract other people to you just because of the person you are. So it's no longer about what pickup line or what to say. It's about who you are and what you can become and what energy you're giving off. Because like I said, the people who relapse, the people who have bad habits, the people who are always complaining, the people who just like sit around who have no value to really add, they have to do a lot more than the person who is always putting in consistent work. They always have to do a lot more. They always have to do a lot more. And like I said, it would be in your best interest to be a full stack man. The more full stack you are, the easier it is just to become. The easier it is for things to happen for you. The easier it is for the less likely you have to explain yourself for things. You don't really have to explain yourself as much if you're full stack, if you're if you're very valuable. Because let's think for an example. Someone who's very valuable, someone who's very well known. Let's say his name is Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil. Everybody knows Dr. Phil. If he was trying to sell some sort of course, but he had a 12-page um, sales letter on why someone should buy this course, people would be talking, is this really Dr. Phil? Because he doesn't really have to explain him as much, just because of who he is, who he became, what he what he um what he has manifested for himself. He has become someone who is an expert in a specific field of knowledge, And now people have no doubts when they're trying to get advice from him, just because of the person he has become. So yeah, like, you just have to put in a lot of consistent work in a specific type of field, and then have some sort of authority in some sort of field, and then people who are attracted to that sort of field, they will tend to be attracted to you because of the because of the value um that you're really giving off. It's about value. It's a value exchange. How much how much value can you give to the marketplace? The you you're paid with attraction, with monetary value, by your amount of service rendered. How much service you can give to the marketplace will be an exact proportion on how much your income is. So become a valuable person. Have a have a skill set in something. Be good in something, and then you can attract. And then, like, the thing is, like, once you get your foot in the door, it's just like you just have to ask them questions to make them feel comfortable. This is called light rapport. There's two different types of rapport: light rapport and deep rapport. Light rapport is just very normal questions, like everyday questions, and then deep rapport are deeper rooted questions. You have to have a balance of both in order to be a in order to attract. Um, Once you create light rapport, you can go a little bit deeper and get and and connect with her on a deeper level. And then once you start connecting with her on a deeper level, you stop talking about it, and then you move on to something else that you guys can connect on. This is how you really create an emotional bond with a person, so they remember you. Once they remember you, you know no longer have to. Once they remember you, you no longer have to uh, be doubtful about her flaking, because she remembers you, and you left an impact on her. So she has really no choice uh, but to want to be with you if you do things properly. If that made any sense, like the video, comment, and subscribe below. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.